So I'm gonna do a video right now. It's dark, and obviously you don't need to see my face. You just need to hear what I gotta say. I was listening to a few YouTubers, and their discussion on different topics pertaining to uplifting yourself and how to get past certain things and removing people who are not beneficial or assets to your life so you could move on and succeed. And one of them was O'Shea Duke Jackson. He had a video entitled "Not Even Jesus Could Save Those Niggas." And to me, that's hilarious. The title is probably what got me. I'm subscribed to him. He has a lot of good content. But in it, while listening to it, I couldn't help but look back and think upon my different involvements with or encounters, relationships with women, and the red signs and red flags that were thrown up in the beginning, but I failed to heed them. And the funny thing is, I'm blessed to have been raised in a household with both my mom and my dad, and a lot of times, I can't speak from households that weren't, but I know in a lot of my relationships, my past relationships that had red flags or red signs, they were the first to see it, and they were the first to see it, and they told me, but I didn't take heed. So this is one of those videos. This is one of those times where I can say my parents were right. They told me so. But that's not the topic of this particular video that I want to dive into. That's for another day. This topic is going to be on the red signs, and I'm going to talk about my past relationships. I'm gonna give you one. I'll give you guys one, and it's a girl. We'll call her, I don't know. We'll call her A. We'll call her A. And I forgot my age. I was with my 20s, right? Anyway, one of the red flags was, she was a white chick. She had 3 kids. Bingo. That's 3 red flags. She was bisexual. That's 4 red flags. So her 3 kids, 1 child was from one dude, and 2 were from another relationship. Another red flag. This is me, and she's a single mom. So, and one of the first child, dad's not in his life at all, and the second and the other 2, the dad is in his life, and this motherfucker's a racist. That's another red flag. All right, this is in Georgia. Shit, another red flag. This is when I was stationed in Georgia. So, my thing is this. I didn't see none of this stuff. This is the days where I was dating these single moms, early 20s, maybe 2000 and I don't know, 2012. No. 2000 and maybe 8 to 2009, 10. But yeah, these were these red flags, and let's jump on the first one. To these men out here, these young men, or even men my age, who are thinking about dating a woman who says they are bisexual. Isn't that something that a lot of women nowadays, you can go to Instagram and see this, that they're like body positive, sapiosexual, bisexual, whatever else. A lot of women are bisexual. I'm not saying it's a problem, but a lot of women identify as bisexual. Well, guess what? It's a problem for me in the fact that I would never date another bisexual again. Because not only do you have to worry, not only is she looking out for the opposite sex, guys, now she's looking out for the same sex. So that creates a problem. So that's one. you know, if you're contemplating dating a woman who is bisexual, you know, you gotta be careful. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even dive in that direction. You know, I wouldn't do it because it can end so badly. I mean, it can end in it can end in two ways. She finds another dude, or she finds another girl. And how would you feel if she found another girl? You know, like, damn, I wasn't putting it in hard enough. I don't know. You know, but yeah, the bisexual thing, not a good look. But hell, if you were into that, be my guest. I'm just saying that for me, it was a red flag. I should have heeded it, and I have never dated a bisexual since her. Another red flag was that she was a single mom with 3 kids. You know, in today's society, especially in my age, 31, it's hard to find a woman, hard to find American women who are in their 30s, right, 31, right, and without kids, or at least one child. It's hard to find that. I'm not saying that it's impossible. It's just it's the norm. A single momhood is a norm in America. It's not really frowned upon anymore, obviously. But yeah, she was a single mom of 3 kids, and I don't think she was getting child support for any of them at all. So, you know, guess I definitely didn't foot any bills that I knew of, but definitely she was. I know she wasn't getting child support. But yeah, she was a single mom with 3 kids, and that definitely is a red flag. I mean, that one kid is okay. It's okay if you're acceptable. If you want to accept that, cool, got it. But 2 kids, that's kind of pushing it. But 3 kids, no. But you know, in my time, in my younger days, this was I didn't mind it. I was like, okay, I love you. I'm not trying to be their dad. Blah blah blah. You know, all the beta male fucking blue pill slim shit that you hear. You hear men say. You know, they say, oh, you know, I'm not trying to be their dad. They have a dad in their life. When in the end, you're gonna end up paying. You're gonna end up being that that stepdad that they hate because they can do anything they want. You try to give them discipline, and you can't get it. So yeah, they were good kids. They were good kids. You know, I'm not gonna knock them that, but you know, in the end, she had 3 kids. You know, and that definitely wasn't a I didn't break up with her. She actually broke up with me while I was in Afghanistan. So you know, that was that. The other red flag was, what was the other one I said? She was she told me that I actually didn't mention this. She told me that she was codependent, diagnosed as codependent. Didn't know at the time. I didn't know what that meant, and I read books about it. But you know, I was like, just you know, everybody has problems, blah, blah, blah. You know, me making excuses for her. Don't do that. You know, if someone says that they're codependent, you know, definitely run the other way. You know, that's definitely not something you want to be around. Hell, you don't want to be around anyone diagnosed with anything. I mean, you want a sane person. Yeah, you don't want someone diagnosed with schizophrenia. I mean, I don't think you would. I don't think anyone would want to date someone who's schizophrenic or bipolar, who's diagnosed as bipolar. But anyway, her codependency was definitely seen throughout the relationship on the back end. When I look back at it, during the time, like I said, I was making excuses for her. You know, saying that, you know, everybody has problems. Everybody has problems. Another thing that I didn't mention in the opening was that, you know, she smoked, which she was trying to stop because I brought it up. But you know, you can't make someone stop smoking; they gotta stop on their own. And she was heavy into drinking. And like I at the time I drank a lot too. You know, but I didn't drink as much as her, and that was, I guess that was another thing. That was another thing that you should be wary of. Like, You know, she's someone who's just drinking a lot. You know, no care about their health. You know, it was bad, man. It was bad. It was bad. You know, so when red flags come up, I mean, shit, I can go on and on. I can go on and on about these significant red flags. But when these show up in the beginning of relationships, don't lie to yourself. Don't make excuses for her, because if you're making excuses for her, it's just a matter of time before you get wrapped up into a situation that you just don't want to be in, and frankly, you're fucked. You know, you don't want to make excuses for her. If she has, you want to have a standard. You know, you want to, if the standard is, okay, I don't want to date anyone with kids. I don't want a girl who's excessively drinks, and I don't want a girl who has any kind of mental health conditions. Okay, that's the standard. I don't think it's a really high standard, you know. And if you meet a girl who meets all of those standards except one, she drinks a lot, don't settle, man, because in the end you're gonna be what's the word? You're gonna be resentful of her, because you know you settled for this woman who, yeah, she met all the other standards, but you that one that she didn't meet, you made excuses for, and then in the end, you know, she you're not happy. You know, don't make excuses for her. Don't make excuses for her. And I can go back to my previous relationship that I was just in. And in the beginning of that one, you know, this is me coming back from overseas, you know, and I partied a lot, drank, you know, had fun, you know, and yeah, she drank. You know, her last boyfriend left her because she told me this. Her last boyfriend left her because she partied too much. She drank too much. She just excessively drank, got drunk. Come in on one of our second dates, we met at her friend's house for New Year's. She gets so drunk, like I had to hold her hair, and just, you know, this is maybe the third time I met her, you know, and at the time I made excuses for her. I was like, well, it was New Year's, you know, it's New Year's, you know, we all drank, I drank, but I didn't drink to that point, you know. This was, she liked to drink, put it that way. She liked to drink. No more, you know. That's my standard now, man. I that's my standard for a woman. That's one of the standards for a woman, is excessive drinking. No go, no go, no go, no go. Because it's just bad for your health. It's just bad for your health, bad for your liver and everything else. Obviously we can have a few drinks here and there, but wanting to drink every day, having a beer before bed, having a glass of wine every day you come home from work. I mean, having, you know, it's having a ladies' night, not ladies' night, but having a what do you call it again, after work cocktail every night. Come on, like it's bad for your health. It's bad for your health. On top of not working out, on top of not doing anything else, it's just bad for your health. So, you know, in closing, what I'm trying to say is this: for anybody who is contemplating relationships or whatever else, you don't know what you want to do, don't settle. Don't settle. If she's not meeting if the girl you're talking to isn't meeting what you want, but she's hot as hell, okay, you know, hey, you can. No one says you gotta be in a relationship if you're having sex with her, but just know that after the sex is involved, you know, you're kind of in a relationship, sort of, unless you make it perfectly crystal clear that we're only in it for sex, and you have no intentions of having anything serious with her. Perfectly fine. But if you're contemplating dating this particular woman, and she's meeting every standard that you set except one, don't do it. Don't do it. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Sorry it's been a minute, but you know, I've been busy, been doing business and trying to explore this beautiful country called Korea. So thank you for tuning in, and as always, peace and love.